Hello, beloved. I'm James Henry, and I'm so delighted to have you join me for these moments and reflections that I have on a weekly basis. Generally, I draw from whatever rises in me, and I always like to begin with these words because it's important that you hear them. You are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. Sometimes it's just way too easy to forget that we are precious, loved, and gifts. But having said that, today and yesterday in particular have been days of reflection for me. I've been looking back on my years in ministry in the local church, in a particular local church, but over time, roughly 38 years in various local churches, 32 at this church, and I'm starting my 33rd year. And as I look back, I sometimes am daunted by some of the things that actually happened that were complete surprises to me. Maybe amazed or surprised would be a word. And at other times was also surprised that things didn't work, that I was almost certain they would. I was recalling a phrase that I heard growing up in a variety of places, still hear it from now and again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And as I was thinking about that, I was trying to think about what does success mean? And if you don't succeed, do you try again? If it's clear that maybe that the lack of success means that this was not the thing you needed to do or the way you needed to do it. I know it's already sounding complex. So I began to think about the things in my life at which I have imagined I was successful and some things that I was unsuccessful at. An easy, low-hanging fruit for me. I have never been particularly athletic. I walk and try to take good care of myself, but when it comes to playing sports, since I was in the first grade, have generally been picked near the end, maybe the end of all sports teams when they're being picked. When I still remember in first grade playing kickball at my elementary school. And the first couple of times, I mean, you have to run out and a ball's rolling towards you and you're supposed to kick the ball. It's not sitting there. You have to run out and kick it. And I was never particularly good at it. And it wasn't very long before people knew I wasn't very good at it. And so when we played kickball, it wasn't something I was at the top of the list to pick for. I could have spent the rest of my life, probably not, but I could have spent a long time practicing at home to learn to play kickball. But it became fairly clear to me at that time that kickball and sports were really not going to be my forte. 6-year-old boys are not normally all that coordinated anyway, but that's a side issue. So instead, I tried to choose the things that were also acceptable in our society to be successful at. I did pretty well in school and got pretty good grades. I did extracurriculars and did my best and was succeeded in those. And I chose the ones that really mattered to me so I could engage them in ways that were, to me, successful. But the truth is, as I reflect back on my life, but particularly my work here, I have over and over again looked at success, oftentimes through other people's eyes. Most of us would like to be thought of in a positive way, liked, if you will. And so sometimes we make decisions and consider ourselves successful if everyone likes what we did. One of the things I've discovered in ministry and the work that I do is that no matter what I do, someone doesn't like it. It's an important adult lesson to learn that there's always going to be someone that doesn't like it. And no matter how hard I twist and contort, I will never succeed for those people if my purpose is to have them like me. It doesn't mean I don't take them into consideration. It means that I have to do my best based on my own understanding of what it is to be successful. And some of those same people might like what I did one day and not like what I did the next day. So I can never quite reach that pleasing, if that is a measure of success, to be liked. I will never be the CEO of a corporation. If I was measuring my success by that, I would be not successful. Not successful. So the question first is, if at first you don't succeed, try again. What is it that for you would be success? What do you feel like you're called to? What is it that you are passionate about? And what are the things that you can do in a world that needs that kind of passion to make this world a better place? And try that. Try that. For me, what I have come to realize, and it took a long time, that what for me is most important is that everyone I engage with, everyone I talk to, and quite frankly, the folks that hear me online know that at the very least, they are precious and loved and a gift, that they are accepted for the person that they are, just where they are right then. That's the most important. That's how I see myself as being called in this universe, is to help people feel that way, accepted and loved, because there are just way too many people who aren't, and they channel their lack of feeling accepted onto other people by not accepting them either. That's perhaps for another conversation. So if my success is predicated on my being fully present with people and being authentic and real and listening and present, so that the person knows that they are seen and heard and loved and a gift, then if that is my success, then I need to, first of all, find the right practices that help me be present with those folks. For me, it's meditation, it's contemplative prayer, it is Lectio Divina, some of those kinds of things. That is how I ground myself, always coming back to myself, journaling. Those are the practices that help me live into what is successful for me. Now, the rest of the world may want a different kind of success. When I first went into ministry, I imagined success looked like becoming the pastor of a very large church, or becoming someone important and well known in the church. And I'm certainly known where I need to be known, and not known in other places. So if those were the measures of my success, and for a while they might have been, maybe more than might have, then I would be very concerned if things didn't turn out that particular way. And I would try to do everything in my power, sometimes even if it was shallow and empty for me, to reach those goals. So I began to try to figure out what success really looks like for me. And it's only been in the last 10 years that it's become clearer and clearer to me, as I get the reports back that what I bring into a person's life matters that way. So what matters that you bring into this world? And it is something, because you are precious and a gift and loved. What do you bring? What passion do you bring? And how can you engage it? And can you measure your life, if you need to use the word success? Can you measure your success by the way you make other people feel? Can you measure accepted, loved? Can you measure your success by how you feel about yourself. And hopefully that is a positive, that you are overcoming the things you perceive as your own demons. Can you imagine success in a different way? And then can you try again to find the ways to best express that passion? For me, it's these videos that reach however many people they reach. If they reach even one, if they touch even one, that's enough. For me, that's a success. How will you see yourself and see your success? How will you engage this world in ways that satisfy you, satisfy your deepest desire to make a difference and make the world better? How will you do that? That's the question I think that really matters the most. And even if you don't succeed by everybody else's standards, never forget that you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved because of who you already are. Those are my thoughts for today. I wish you all the best, and I will see you again.